Hi everyone, welcome and welcome back to our channel. I hope you all are doing well. A very good evening, good afternoon, or good morning to everyone who have joined us from all around the globe. We're extremely sorry we were facing some technical glitch, but now it is resolved and now we are back on track live for you all with our new expert session. I hope everyone is as excited as we all are, and it's very nice to see you all. And a very happy new year to everyone. We will be waiting for a few minutes to let everyone join in, and then we will be starting our session. Hi, Nikita ma'am. Hi, Abu, Samuel. Hi, everyone. We really appreciate your patience and being with us when we were facing some technical glitch. But now we are back live with our second expert session. Good evening, Manju ma'am, Manjusha ma'am. Hi, Nikita. So I guess it is a good time to start our session. So once again, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone who have joined us. Welcome to our expert session, a special event which is focused on nurturing entrepreneurship skills among young minds. So I am Vivek Verma, and I will be your host today. And I'm thrilled that we have, a vast variety of people who are joining us from all around the globe. So this is going to be a 1.5 hours of session, which will be filled with insights, discussions, and learning. And yeah, so let's get started. So today our event is not just about learning how to pitch your business project, but it's also about understanding the essence of entrepreneurship from a young age and equipping our future leaders with the right skills. We are joined by experts in the field, and I can't wait for you all to hear from them. Starting from the itinerary of today's expert session, what exactly we will be focusing on in today's session. So we will be having a guest introduction right after this. After that, we will be discussing a Q&A on the topic of cultivating entrepreneurship skills among young minds with our fellow experts who have joined us. We will also have our master trainer, Mr. Ayush Jha, to tell us how exactly you can learn how to pitch for codiv and what are the essential tips to be a good entrepreneur. With that, we will be also focusing on the learning area and hands-on activity and the key takeaways and ending note. So thank you so much for joining in, tuning in, and I hope you all are very excited as we all are. Moving forward, now, let me introduce you all to our esteemed panel of experts. Each of them brings a wealth of experience and knowledge in entrepreneurship, and we are fortunate to have them share their insights with us today. Starting with our expert panelist, Paulo. Mr. Paulo is professor at El Cosa and director of Robo Rave from Portugal. Thank you so much, Paulo, for tuning in.
It's a pleasure to be here.
We have also joined with Mr. Murtuza Sinha. Mr. Murtuza is Apple Education Manager at JTRS UAE and codiv 5.0 International Evangelist. Thank you so much, Mr. Murtuza, for joining in. We have our exposed panelist from India, Mr. Akshay Agarwal. co-founder of Vedas Candies. He's a ninth grade student from Nija Modi School. And I'm very excited because he will be telling us about how he became a co-founder of a company in ninth standard. Last but not the least, we have Murtuza Sinha, Miss Dr. Ved Salhi, a Technopole Constantine Heels manager, member of National Coordinating Committee for the follow-up of innovation and university business incubators. Thank you so much to all our guest experts who have joined us today. Let's dive into our panel discussion. Today, we are focusing on the cultivating entrepreneurship skills among the young minds. We will also explore how hands-on learning enhances understanding and skills. I'm thrilled to I've already introduced our expert sessions, the expert guests who have joined us, and I'm grateful that all of them are here to share their insights on the entrepreneurship skills. Please allow me a moment. Starting with our first question for Mr. Paulo. Mr. Paulo, what do you think are the key skills and qualities that young individuals need to develop to become successful entrepreneurs? Mr. Paulo, you're on mute, sorry.
I'm very sorry. Okay, that's okay now. I think you are hear me. I was saying that young people must be creative and innovator. They have to think outside the box. They have to generate ideas and innovate in response to challenge. Second, they must have critical thinking, and they have to know how problem solving is. They have to analyze the situations critically. They have to make informed decisions and solve problems with efficiency, because it's crucial for success. Third, they have to have adaptability and resilience, because the future is uncertain, and they have to be prepared. They have to adapt and to be resilient to go through the challenge and come back from any failure. And failures are important to learn something. They have to know how to communicate. Effective communication is very important, is essential for networking, for pitching ideas, building relationships with future clients, partner, investors. And for this, they need financial literacy, because they must understand all the financial principles, the budgets, managing resources, because as the business is growing, they may have to be informed and to make decisions. So leadership and decision making is very important too. They need to develop leadership skills, and with that kind of skills, they will inspire and guide the teams, and they will do effective decision. And it will be important to go through the right direction and to have success. And last but not least, the emotional intelligence is very important. Okay, they have managing the emotions, understanding others, and they have to build strong personal relationships with their team and others. I think these are the key skills they have to develop in this area.
Perfect, Mr. Paulo. I actually really do align with your words that few things I've noted down that you mentioned that it is necessary to fail, which is actually very important. And soon we will be also hearing from Mr. Akshay who have joined us. And yeah, so Mr. Murtaza, next question is for you. The question states, how would you define entrepreneurship to a young audience? And why is it important for them to understand this concept in early life?
No, with all this nice episodes which come on Shark Tank, and mm, it really has made entrepreneurship look like a glorious thing. It's basically entrepreneurship, nothing but a glorified clerk. And a lot of times kids don't understand that entrepreneurship is a lot of hard work. There is a lot of failure, and there's a lot which goes behind that. Now, for a young audience, I mean, especially someone who's studying in a K-12 school, I would define that as a project-based learning, but a real-life outcome. Okay, where you look at not just your innovation. So innovation is one part of the project, which where you are given up maybe by your teacher, you're given a project, you have an outcome you need to measure, and there's an assessment based on that. What's the next perspective which entrepreneurship gets is managing money. Okay, pivoting, understanding sales. Okay, you could have designed the best product, but if you're not able to tell the story behind it, to sell it, to make the project manageable, it's never going to work. And why it's been important nowadays is and a few years ago when STEM and STEAM was new, I would have heard projects like, oh no, we're going to design a nanotechnology, fiber, and so on. But these are just over something which kids not have resources. They may not have studied well enough, and they come up with this extraordinary ideas which they have never thought of implementing. But because now entrepreneurship education is a part of the curriculum in a lot of schools and they focus on it, comes down to the whole idea of feasibility. Is my project feasible? Can I do it? And the kids who actually pick up a project and able to do that, they have that creative confidence. I would say that, okay, no, I took an idea from an ideation stage to a real life stage. And when you do that in a real life stage and you can see that product in your hand and you can, it could be a service, it could be an app, it could be a GPT API, doesn't matter. As long as that project is there in the end stage, they will remember that throughout the life.
Perfect. Actually, really do align with what you have mentioned, sir. That yeah, a lot of factor comes in when we are talking about entrepreneurship skills, and it is very important to teach these skills from the starting young age because it is very necessary nowadays, right? So yeah, same for this. I will be calling Akshay to answer the next question. The question states, while you started your venture as a young entrepreneur, what are some common challenges that you have faced or the young entrepreneurs face, and how they can be taught to overcome these obstacles?
Yeah, so my name is Akshay Agarwal. So I started my startup with my fellow partner, Mr. Amok Fanda. So he's Amok Fanda. He's my partner. He was working with me at my great company Vida Candies. So we make jaggery based Ayurvedic candies which are good for health with no side effects. And we started it right now. I'm in ninth standard, and we started that startup at seventh standard. So it is great going to startup, and challenges you will face in your future will when you start the and start your startup. So firstly, you will be going in losses while starting the business. So don't be disheartened by yourself that you are getting losses. It's a part of a journey. And as Mr. Paulo said that failing is necessary. To be a big man, you have to face all the challenges. Like you have seen Mr. Ambani, Mr. Adani. They all have faced challenges. They all have failed, but they overcame them. So that's the key. First, you have to overcome them. And secondly, challenges like how to manage product, packaging. That's the main thing. Your packaging should be good, your product should be unique, and how much money should be invested, the company will run good or not. That time we had a lot of sleepless nights just thinking about the product, just headache all over days, feeling low in studies. But you have to overcome them. And right now our company has got an investment of 5.5 lakhs. So only hard work can help you. Thank you.
Perfect. Actually, very well said, Akshay. Actually, I'm very amazed with what you have achieved at this young age, because being in ninth standard and handling a company and getting the a lot done at this age is actually very huge, a huge success, a huge milestone that you have achieved in this young age. Congratulations to you.
But
So thank you
it's
so much
not
for
just it's
yeah.
just not because of me, but also my friend who is working with me.
Exactly. The teamwork always pays off. Thank you so much, Akshay, for sharing your entrepreneurship journey. I will come back to you with another question. So, Mr. Paulo, next question comes back to you. How should young entrepreneurs be taught to view and handle failures, and why this perspective is very important? Sir, you are on mute.
Again, sorry. Okay, so I think the failure is a very important thing. Like programming, if you have an error, you must see what is the error, how to correct and put the program going. In life, in this case, it will be the same. It's the failure, it will be an opportunity to learn and to foster a growth mindset and learning opportunity in failure. It will be a step to improvement and give you the change, the chance to analyze, learn, iterate, and doing the things in another way. But you must build resilience, because if you fail and you don't have resilience to go on, it will be a bad thing. So young entrepreneurs must face challenges as with a positive attitude and determination. They must be resilient, and they must think that our lives are an iterative process. So if the thing don't go well, we must reformulate, change something, think about it, and based on the feedback we have and what we learn with mistakes, with failure, with errors, with something that went not good, we have to make decisions and must go iterating and doing the thing. Another thing you must understand is the risk management. It's very important to be aware about that, to calculate all the risks and try to manage and mitigate potential failures with management. And we have to have in our minds that failure is not really the end, okay? Because with the fail, we can discuss with our teams, we can share knowledge, we can think about the challenge we face, and see what to do in the future, because we have to be adaptable and perseverant. So we have to adapt to the situation, but we have to think it's an opportunity for us to change. So if you have a small failure, doesn't matter what kind of failure is, we have to think about it and to be flexible in the approach what was going wrong and try with our teams to think how to solve it. So difficult it will be part of the process, but we have to go on to think positive and to face the failure as an opportunity to learn more and to give you strength to go on.
Thank you so much. Actually, I really do feel like what you have mentioned is very well, said, because few points that I've jotted down, that one should have a positive attitude towards the failure and replan and restructure and, learn from what mistakes you have made. And based on that feedback that you have got from your failure, you have to, replan everything and get it up. So that is actually very good. And you mentioned that failure is nothing but another way of winning in other terms. So that is very well said, Mr. Paulo. Thank you so much. My next question is to Mr. Murtuza.
Yeah.
Question states, what type of real world experiences are most beneficial for aspiring young entrepreneurs and how they can gain access to these opportunities?
To continue what Mr. Paulo said, a lot of time young entrepreneurs need to understand what is failure. Okay, when is the time to fail, and like, okay, when you should give up an idea and say, okay, now is the time to pivot. And to get that, the best way is not to fail yourself, to learn from others' failures. So get your, if you're going to get a startup or you're going to be an entrepreneur, you're looking to do that, get a mentor. Okay, not just, it may be not from your field. Talk to that person, ask him about his failures, ask him about the way he thought to the process. Okay, this is the time where I need to pivot. Okay, look at Netflix, they were a DVD company. At one point of time they said, okay, no, we will move into streaming. Okay, you could see Nokia was a restaurant company. They moved into mobile manufacturing. They did not pivot. At, they were on the top, and now you cannot see the mobile manufacturing company anymore. So, understanding when to fail is important. At the same time, having a mentor to guide you through the financial things, guide you through the marketing part, the sales part, but having that board of advisors who will give you blunt advice. It could be a friend, it could be a family member, someone who can guide you through that process really, really helps.
Yeah, true. Actually, very true. That's someone being there who can actually mentor you and who can help you out to, overcome such situations will actually, increase that confidence level that one carries inside and will help
Yeah.
them overcome such situations in a very better way. Actually, very true. My next question goes to Mr. Akshay once again. Akshay, how do you think we can motivate young entrepreneurs and how the education institutions can help young entrepreneurs?
So, we can motivate young entrepreneurs by many ways. So, like if you want. So, my me myself had the support of my educational institute. So they run a company named N Start. So they supported us for starting our Vita candies. The idea came from us and they supported us. But our finances all was done by us. So the greatest thing you need to start a startup is motivation. Without motivation, you can't start. And be ready for stresses. That's the first thing you should do when to start a startup. And we can motivate young entrepreneurs by conducting campaigns and some by running campaigns for them, having having a chat with them, explaining the importance and helping them in their business from like advertising and all. So this is an essential part of a life, and eventually you need a business. And it's like young entrepreneurs of just like age of 7th, 8th, 9th or younger. It's a very good thing for them. Their parents will also then feel proud that my child has done good. At this small age, he is earning money. He or she is earning money. So that's a great thing. And the motivation is the best thing. I would say that last, not the least. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Akshay. Mr. Paulo, would you like to add some points for this question?
I only have to say that we must be positive, but we must be aware and think about the future. So it won't be easy, but we must do our best to go on and to be resilient. If you think that's your way, you go, but you have to be surrounded with a good team to help you, and as a team, as a group, you can grow and have success.
Perfect. Thank you, Mr. Paulo. Mr. Murtaza, would you please like to add a few points to it?
Yeah. If I had to like summarize what Akshay and Paula said, there are three pillars of entrepreneurship, right? You have the innovation. It could be an innovative product, service, a different business model. Then what Mr. Paula said was the resilience. Okay, being able to adapt, being able to keep on trying and persevering. That's the key. Okay, that's the key element of being an entrepreneur. And the third part is being a risk taker. Okay. Now, what Akshay said was like, yes, you have to have a business, you have to take risk. Okay. It does not come easy. But if you have these three elements, and if you can balance all the three in a way which will allow you to test, fail, retest, pivot, and move ahead, that would be ideal for a young entrepreneur to get started.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Actually, what three of you have mentioned is actually very correct. And it's very important for our young innovators and young entrepreneurs who have joined us on YouTube Live to take a note on these points that our three experts have mentioned, that how they can also become a successful entrepreneurs by handling failures, by coming up, with a good team, a good mentor who will be there with you when you will be needing them the most. Thank you so much to all the three of the expert panelists who have joined us today and share their insights on the topic, cultivating the young entrepreneurship skills among young minds. Thank you so much. Moving on with the session, I would like to welcome Mr. Ayush Jha, a distinguished senior program manager at STEMpedia. He has provided mentorship to more than 100,000 teachers and students globally. His influential contribution include key roles within AWS communities in the USA, South Korea, and Indonesia. Additionally, he has spearheaded various government educational initiatives both in Goa and Delhi in India. And today, Mr. Ayush Shah is joining us as our master trainer to learn and to teach you all to learn how to pitch your codiv project. Thank you so much, Mr. Ayush Shah, for tuning in. Over to you.
Thank you, Vivek, and thank you to all panelists. I hope I'm clearly audible to everyone. Okay. So first of all, a big thanks to all the panelists who have joined from the different regions because they have actually almost taught everything what I'm going to teach to the students about the entrepreneurship with their experience. So it's really necessary, students, I would like to bring that. The experience shared by the panelists are real. They can help you to become an entrepreneur. And of course, take your journey and take your amazing journey in codiv. as these expert sessions are kept to provide you the best support in your codiv journey. Now, since Mr. Vivek has handed over me the session to give you an idea on the entrepreneurship, what exactly it is and how exactly it is related to the codiv. So I'll just share my screen and we'll start the session on entrepreneurship. I believe my screen is visible.
Yep.
So first of all, again, I would like to welcome all the students and the teachers who have joined in this session and made this session an amazing, session for everyone. The first of all, here we are going to talk about the codiv 5.0 International, which is an innovation fest for next generation, where we are motivating all the students to be part of the codiv 5.0 and bring their innovative skills to the track one. Now, to talk about entrepreneurship. Yes, so we would be starting with a very important thing, that is from dreamers to doers, empowering the young minds to thrive as an entrepreneur. We know that we have been talking about entrepreneurship from long days, right? And everyone wants to be entrepreneur. But I would like everyone who has joined the session in YouTube, could you please like to share us some name of the entrepreneurs, successful entrepreneurs you know, so that of course we can check that whether do we know any entrepreneurs or not. Yes. So here I would also like to share some names. Of course, thanks for sharing the names on the chat. Yes, I think we all know Mr. Steve Jobs, Apple co-founder. We all know Mr. Bill Gates, who was co-founder of the Microsoft with Mr. Paul Allen. I hope you have also heard of Mark Zuckerberg, a co-founder of Facebook, Mr. Jeff Bezos, executive chairman of Amazon, Mr. Mukesh Ambani from the Reliance Industries, Mr. Ratan Tata from Tata Group, Mr. Gautam Adani from Adani Group, Mr. Ajim Premji from Wipro Limited. There are many entrepreneurs in the world who have successfully created their organization as well as bringing a great services to us. Now, as a student, of course, we don't want you to directly create your company as of now. First, we want you to understand what exactly the entrepreneurship is and how exactly you can inculcate this in your daily, I should say, in your daily routine and your daily curriculum. Now, moving to the next part, it's really necessary to know what exactly the entrepreneurship means, how exactly the word has came, because without an history, there is no future. The term entrepreneur has its root in French. It is derived from an old French word, which is entreprendre, which means to undertake or to begin. The word evolved over time in the 16th century, and it was used to describe the individuals who took on the risk and undertook new business ventures. Now I hope you know the meaning of entrepreneur, why exactly we are calling the young businessmen and the successful businessmen as an entrepreneur. While entrepreneurship is nothing but it's a dynamic and a multifaceted process to turning your ideas into action. We know we all day we think along, but it's really necessary to turn them into the action, creating values, bringing about a positive change in the world. It involves individuals who possess a unique blend of vision, creativity, and determination to take the risk and pursue the opportunities. We have been hearing many things right now with the panelist. So this session would be also helping you to conclude all the points together. So I would like you all to please keep your focus on, because after this session, of course, we are looking forward with an amazing entrepreneurship skill development in you. Now, since now we know what exactly the entrepreneurship and entrepreneurs means, let's understand the traits of successful entrepreneur. Mr. Paul, Mr. Murtaza, and other panelists have already indicated the traits. Yes, these are few of the traits which are really very necessary. Apart from it, I see visionary thinking, risk taking, being and having an attitude of adaptability to adapt the new things is really necessary for a good entrepreneur. One of a very important part which Mr. Paul has indicated a lot many times, that is resilience. Yes, resilience is the ability to bounce back from the setbacks and failure. Successful entrepreneurs view challenges as opportunities to learn and grow and maintain a positive mindset in difficult times. One of a major and an important part of the traits is creativity. If we have everything but we don't intend to initiate, it's a problem. So one of a very important trait to become a successful entrepreneur is taking an initiative. You should have a problem solving skills, strong work ethics, and of course leadership skills. Apart from it, to become a successful entrepreneur, it's not only your product, it's not only about what you have innovated, but it's also necessary to have a networking abilities where you can convey and connect to the new people to share your ideas. Financial literacy is a very important trait for being a successful entrepreneur. Now, let's understand how exactly we can start ourselves to become an successful entrepreneurs. The first and very important phase for an entrepreneur is identifying the opportunities. Yes, identifying problem and needs. Look for a challenge or the gaps in the market that needs a solution. Addressing a real problem can lead to valuable and in-demand product or services. With this vision, you would be able to come up with an innovative solution for the real world problem. With this, you have to also observe your surrounding, that what are currently the solutions already with the problem. You have to take care of a competitor analysis, that what exactly the competitors are making as a solution and what you are trying to bring in. Don't forget to leverage the technology. Since, as we know, in this 21st century skill, it's really necessary that you should have a good knowledge of technology, especially when we are talking about artificial intelligence, machine learning, and robotics, because they can be a great help in providing the best solutions to the real world problem. Once you have identified an opportunity, what should we have to do the next? Yes, the next is you have to think of the solution. That starts with an idea generation. You have to have a market research, as I mentioned, that what all current solutions are provided to the problem which you are dealing with. Brainstorming is a real important part, that you have to sit with the like-minded people, you have to share your ideas and get a feedback on it. As I mentioned, networking and discussion can be a major and an important part of being a successful entrepreneur, because the like-minded people can help you to enhance your solution which you are developing. Remember, the process of idea generation is dynamic and ongoing. Stay curious to be open to feedback and be willing to pivot or refine your idea based on the new information or changing circumstances. Now, once you have an idea, the next part is building a team. I heard our panelists talking about that it's not always an individual, it's always a team. To have a like-minded team, you should have your vision and mission defined, that what exactly you want with your team. The teammates should be given with the key roles, that what they have to work on and what their expertise are. You have to empower them and delegate them with the decision-making authorities to make sure that they have the expertise in that particular subject and matter, so that they can provide you the better solutions, what you have developed or what you have thought of. Now, building, of course, we have now team built, and now we are ready to come up with the solution. One of a very important part said by Mr. Akshay, and I totally align with it, is in the life of an entrepreneur, the most important part is overcoming the failure. It's really necessary that whatever you make is not going to be get into the top of the world just by one chance. You have to work on the feedbacks. You have to analyze and reflect on the ideas. You have to always take the feedback from the customers and shift your perspective. There might be a chance that the solution you provide is best, but if you take a feedback from the customers, they can help you out to bring the better than the best. Now, once you have overcome the failures, now you are ready to have your product or your project launched. The next and a very important part for a successful entrepreneur is networking. It's really important that you attend a relevant events, because that gives you a little more vision by hearing to the different visionary people. Like you just heard, some of the great panelists joined us today. You can utilize the online platforms or join them physically. Make sure that you build a brand. Of course, innovations require, when you are going to come up with an innovation, it's totally yours, but you have to build a brand with that develops in a strong, authentic personal brand that clearly communicate your skills, expertise, and what sets you apart from as an entrepreneur. Nowadays, you can join the different professional associations to make sure that you are with the like-minded people and you are able to share and discuss your thoughts. Uh, I would recommend some of the platforms which generally we use and we recommend to the students are LinkedIn and Discord. I hope this small knowledge, but would have definitely added a great part in your entrepreneurship skills, and you will take care of these particular points while developing yourself as a great and a successful entrepreneur. Now, if we talk about the expert session is of course arranged for a reason, that is, we know that is codiv 5.0. The codiv 5.0 International, it's an innovation fest for next generation, where we have a mindset of igniting a global innovation. The codiv 5.0 is hosted and supported by STEMpedia, ArtPar. We have a community partner as Niti Aayog. We have a title sponsor as Motwani Jadeja Foundation. STEM education sponsor, Inventant Education. Lead sponsor as AWS. And the complete competition is aggregated by STEM.org. You would be very happy to know that codiv this year is coming to 25 different countries where we have collaborated. Along with that, in India, we are going to have our regional competitions in 14 different cities. So don't make sure that you are a part of it. Now, we have talked about an entrepreneurship skill. Yes, that is required in codiv in track 1. So just allow me a second. I hope my screen is visible. Now, as we know that in codiv 5.0, we have a track 1, which is innovation and entrepreneurship, where you would be choosing one themes out of the 5 and would be developing an innovative project with an entrepreneurship mindset. Now, how exactly entrepreneurship comes into play here is, I would like to showcase you that what entrepreneurship skills is required to complete this particular track 1. I'll just first log into my dashboard. Once I have logged in, I will directly take you to the submission process. I hope you would be able to see my submission. Now, when we are talking about the submissions in track 1, you have to give your project title, project theme, you have to choose the project category, project short description, featured image, upload images of your projects, Pictoblocks file link, project video link, and an upload PDF option. What exactly this PDF means? So here you have to upload your business PPT. Yes, here you have to showcase what you have learned in today's session. Here you have to add all your skills and develop yourself as a successful entrepreneur. Now, for the ease of all the students, what we have given here is a template, which you can download directly by clicking here. Once you click here, it will help you to download the template in PPTX format, that is presentation format, which needs to be curated, or I should has to be edited by you by adding your details. And at the last, you have to save that as a PDF format. Yes, you have heard me right. You have to download the presentation from here. That would be in PPTX format. You have to edit it, save it in the PPT, save it into a PDF format and upload it here. Now let's see what happens if I click here and what exactly the file gets downloaded. As soon as I click it here, a new track 1 project submission PPT has downloaded. Now let me share my screen and give you the details of what exactly is inside this PPT. I hope my screen is visible again. So yes, this is the presentation which would be downloaded once you... This is the presentation which would be downloaded to check your entrepreneurship skills. It will start with your small self-introduction, where you have to give your project name, team name, the group in which you have participated in track 1, and the theme you have chosen. You have to add your project image. The next is team member. Yes, as we have already discussed that it's really important that you have a team. Although you can participate in codiv individually, if you are participating individually, it's not a problem. But if you have a team, that's great. So you have to add the details of your team members here. Make sure that you use some pictures to showcase who all they are. The next part is theme of the project and the project name. You have to describe your project in 2 lines. Share your video link, which should be unlisted or public, so that the jury can access that video to see what you have made. And tell us what hardware if you have used. For track 1, as we know, hardware utilization is not compulsory, but if you have utilized, make sure you provide us the detail here. We have given a space to add the images. So what images need to be added? Make sure while you are making your projects in your journey, you are clicking a good images, which you can add here to showcase your journey to show us the final, how exactly you were able to reach to the final project. Now, it's really important, as we have discussed, that you have to identify a problem. So you have to write it here about the identified problem. Describe what problem you have identified and on which you are creating the project. The next is you have to provide the solution, of course, which all we are working for is providing the solutions. You have to be, you should have the problem solving skills and innovative skills. So you have to provide what solution you have developed for the problem you have identified. Describe your solutions. Make sure you use good pictures here to showcase what type of solution you have prepared. Now here comes an important and a I should say very important part. As I mentioned, as a successful entrepreneur, it's really important for you to do a retail market research. What are the existing solutions currently in the market? So you have to have a small research that the solution which you have made, does it already exist? And if it exists, then you would be able to modify your project to the next level. You have to showcase your market research, I should say, skill here, and give us 1 or 2 solutions which are already present. And an important and a very, I should say, amazing part of the complete slide is USP. Yes, what exactly is the thing that makes your project totally different, innovative, and amazing to be presented in front of judges. So you have to tell us how your product is better than the existing products in the market. Yes, we haven't included a financials into this because this is this is an innovation and entrepreneurship challenge where we want to start your journey to the entrepreneurship. Later stages, of course, we would be bringing some finance related things, but as of now, we haven't included that. At the last, it's a thank you slide. Make sure you insert your feature image of your project, insert your image with your project and teammates. If you want, you can add a credit here, that to whom all you would like to give the credits, like to your teachers, to your mentors, to your team members. Now, this was all I think which I wanted to discuss. And before going, I would like to bring it here on a very, I should say, famous thought of Mr. Steve Jobs, that great things in business are never done by one person. They are done by a team of people. With this thought, I think now you are all ready and ready to come up with a great innovative solutions and submit them into Codever 5.0 with an entrepreneurship mindset. I'm open for questions and would be answering all the questions which you would be sharing.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ayush, for sharing us how exactly entrepreneurship plays a very lead role in Codiv 5.0 International. We have received a very positive feedback about how exactly we are, asking the students to be young entrepreneurs and innovate, not just to innovate, but to also be young entrepreneurs to share their ideas and pitch their ideas to all around the globe. As everyone heard, we are open to questions and we will love to answer them here.
So students, we are here only and we are here to answer all your questions. So please make sure that you share your questions on the chat box. Me and my friend Vivek is here to answer all your questions. I believe you have definitely this session has added a knowledge base and added a good amount of knowledge in your knowledge base.
Exactly. I really do agree because I feel like what Mr. Ayush has told us was very clear and to the point knowledge that he has shared about Codeva 5.0 and how exactly students can learn to pitch their product that they will be making or their idea that they will be making using PictoBlocks application. And we have received a good positive feedback. And yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Ayush. I feel like you have explained and done a very good job. So if anyone face any issues or have any queries, make sure you to join our official Telegram or WhatsApp groups. You can join them and you can ask their queries in groups as well. They're open for everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much to all the experts who joined us today. As mentioned, the key takeaways for this session was we learned about how entrepreneurship is important among young minds, and we also learned how to pitch your product or project for Codeva 5.0 International by our master trainer, Mr. Ayush Shah. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in.